Well, hello, and welcome to this month's edition of the BatAbility Club newsletter. So we've got a lot to get through to today, lots of different prize draws and things going on. So let's just get right into it and have a look at what we've been doing last month in May. Okay, maybe not quite right into it, but here we go. So Neil, would you like to take us through a little whistle-stop tour of what happened in May?
Okay, we normally like to aim for what 5 or 6 new bits of content in Club every month. Somehow this month we've managed 7, and there was actually potentially going to be an 8th bit, but we've put that back until next month, which we'll talk about shortly. But yeah, we did managing emails. Let's get sorted. That was brilliant. Really good talking points there. Al did his product review of the ELEKON BatLogger S2. We put up a recording of social calls of bats presentation I did for Wildlife Acoustics earlier in the month or late April, I can't remember. But the 4 biggies for the month just passed are these 4. We got the bird survey methods by David Darrell Lambert, a brilliant presentation covering a whole range of bird survey methods, so really worth looking at if you haven't seen it already. We then had Piers Sangan talking about grey long-eared bat, the first of our species profiles. So more about species profiles coming up in a few minutes, I suspect, but Piers delivered a very thorough webinar on that subject. We had Professor Peter Taylor doing a talking bat with me. Peter is an author, a researcher, a professor. He specialises in small mammals in the South Africa, basically, or the southern half of Africa, to be fair. It's not just the country South Africa. He goes beyond that. And that's a really excellent interview, a really interesting, experienced gentleman there. And we slotted in right at the very end because our wildlife sound recorderist, Mark Ferguson, he had to put off what he was going to do. So that's coming in July. But as if the webinar gods knew that we were going to lose Mark, BCT presented us bang on cue with our interim guidance on things like, well, night vision aids and on surveys. So that was a session we did tail end of last week, which was attended by a lot of people on Club. Aileen, you're kicking under the desk.
Yeah, I think it's about time to move on. So
go for it.
Before we get into any prize draws, let's have a look and see what's coming up for you guys in June. So again, something a bit unusual, something a bit odd, but everything that we're doing in June is going to be live and exclusive or pre-recorded and exclusive to Club. There'll be no open forum public webinars as far as I'm led to believe, Neil.
Yeah, that's correct. And I think I suggested last month or the month before that things were beginning to move in this direction. The live open access webinars, they're still there. They will still happen. But first and foremost, our audience is BatAbility Club members. We're creating content for you guys. And if you're coming up with subjects that we think some of you will be interested in, we're going to do them. And if that means we're not going to do another subject as an open session, that's totally fine by us. Do you want me to go over what we've got there?
Yes, please.
Yeah. This is very professional. This is the most professional newsletter.
Because we're being live, we can't go back and redo this stuff. So
good.
Come on,
we're going to have to have some chaos shortly. Right.
Yeah, we're coming to it.
Okay, we're coming to the chaos. Look forward to the chaos, everybody. Okay, so live and exclusive coming up in June. We have got the effective and safe use of bat holding bags. Now, don't tell me that we can't do a webinar just on this subject because there is so much involved in the use of holding bags, and we're going to tell you all about that later this week, in fact, the 3rd of June. Then, at a request from a club member, goodness, a good few months ago now, there was a request that they wanted something on roost surveys on more unusual structures, not just houses and buildings and trees and stuff. So here we go, roost surveys, bridges, aqueducts and towers or chimneys or steeples, places up high. So we're going to be doing that on the 9th of June. Then the long-awaited, eagerly anticipated, greatly researched managing stress levels at work. Aileen, have you been getting stressed out about this yet?
Yeah. In a word, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, this is a really important webinar, especially for ecologists at this time of year. And if we weren't going to do it by June, it was probably going to be pointless until next year. So here we go, that's coming up. Then we're going to add to our species profiles. This time we're going to do common and soprano pipistrelles, just to get those out of the way, and that will make way for others coming up in future months. We're staying in Southern Africa for talking bat. We have a PhD person, okay? You've got to be careful what you say these days.
Student?
Yeah, student, I suppose.
I've covered it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Alexandra.
Whatever. Oh, we're getting to it now, folks. We're getting to it now.
Anyway, the amazing Alexandra Howard, very enthusiastic, very knowledgeable, very engaging. The talk is in the bag, so to speak. We just need to load it up.
Is that a holding bag?
Oh, it's in the holding bag. In fact, yes, it's in the holding bag. Excellent. It's in the holding bag, folks, and we're going to be putting that up on the club, possibly tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Thursday, okay? And then finally, I think you might be listening now, in fact, one of our members got us involved in an exchange about asking some questions and queries, and I did a short video for them. And what I then did after I sent them the video, I thought I can edit this down and take the names off and all this kind of stuff and make it for the benefit of our wider club audience. So that is a very short video on Anabat Insight, an approach, not the only approach, an approach to file stroke folder labeling. So that's all coming up in June. Wow.
Fabulous. Yeah, breathe. Take a deep breath, because now we're getting to the point that everybody has been tuned in for. Almost.
Almost, yeah.
Almost. So first of all, well, the first of our fair few competitions this month is to announce the winner of last month's competition, which was to win the Handbook of Acoustic Bat Detection book. Now, the question for that prize, which I remember this month, is
There's a story there, folks. We'll come to that in a minute.
Is who were the authors of the Handbook of Acoustic Bat Detection? So, Neil, yeah? Would you like to tell us who they were, first of all?
I don't have my glasses on. All right.
Volker Runkel, Guido Gerding, and Ulrich Markmann.
As it says in the front of the book. Folks,
absolutely. Yeah. So this is our prize draw for our normal monthly competition. Did you give it a good shake?
I shook it enough. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Right. So the winner of last month's prize was Jake B.
Jake B.
Well done, Jake B.
Okay.
We will be dropping you an email shortly to let you know that you have won and what to do in order to claim your prize.
Which is kind of pretty much just telling us where to send it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nothing too complicated, really.
Right. So we've then got this other prize that kind of dropped in front of our last month. Yeah. So last month, we couldn't actually remember what question we'd asked to win the prize. I couldn't remember, and you couldn't remember. And that's kind of not happened before. You couldn't. Let's not dress this up. Yeah, hold on a minute. It wasn't my job to remember. It's your webinar.
Yeah, but you posed the question.
Yeah, well.
So, we ran another kind of quick competition. The first couple of people to remind us of what the question was for last month's prize, we're going to get a spot prize.
Okay.
So, can you remember now what the question was?
Oh. Can you?
Yeah, I've got it written down.
Okay, what was the question?
So the question had been, what date was Merlin Tuttle's interview uploaded to the website? And the first two people, I don't ask me the answer. Okay, please don't do that because I don't know. And we're giving away enough prizes this month without anything else. But the winners of the spot prize for that are Caroline H and John P.
Right, hold, stop the bus a minute. Right. Caroline H is the person that actually won the prize last month.
That's right.
So Caroline H, who answered the question last month, was one of the first two people to respond, telling us what the question was that she answered in the previous month in order to get this month's spot prize.
Yes. So,
Caroline, excellent work.
loving your work, loving your work.
And who's the other prize winner?
And John P.
John, okay, John. John's had a few prizes.
He has.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do
Okay.
is we're going to have a rummage in the BatAbility Club merch cupboard and see what we can find. We're going to try and find stuff that you guys haven't had, hopefully.
Okay.
Something maybe a bit new.
What, like a thermal imaging camera?
You never know what's lurking. You never know what's lurking in that cupboard, let me tell you.
Can I assure you there's not a thermal imaging
No,
camera?
there's definitely
there.
not one of them.
That's for sure.
Definitely
Folks.
not one of them.
Ah, goodness.
So,
Okay, I've just actually realised, right, that Caroline and John both happen to be watching.
excellent.
I
Well
don't know if
done.
you'd signed in time, Caroline, to hear my comments.
Well done. We'll get that winging to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, Caroline, if you missed the last couple of minutes, you definitely want to watch the recorded version of this. Oh, here we go. What's she saying?
John, just as you said, I'd won. Your
Caroline,
sixth sense was coming in there.
I'm watching you. Anyway, right, let's get back to the what we got there. That's Caroline. That's okay. I was just checking there wasn't something else up there. Right.
So we need to go back to our PowerPoint.
Caroline's saying she loves BatAbility Club. She's only been a member 2.5 weeks and she's won 2 prizes already. I'm joking. Okay, I'm exaggerating.
So this month's
this one.
regular competition is going to be for something that isn't even out yet. How cool is that? Okay, it's obviously not that cool because you never said anything, but we're going to be giving away one of probably the first copies of the new Social Calls of the Bats of Britain and Ireland, the 2nd edition. Okay, go for it. You're just dying to get in there. Go.
Right. I think it was a couple of these newsletters ago. Okay. You put us in a situation where somehow you talked about how brand new and shiny and wonderful all of these things are true that John Russ's book was, yeah?
Yeah.
And you then felt that because you were giving away an old copy of the Social Calls of Bat's book that you had to kind of
beef it up a little bit.
To be beefed up a bit.
Yeah.
No, so I just wanted to kind of comment now on how brand new and shiny the new Social Calls of Bats of Britain.
This is so brand new and shiny that it's not even off the printing press yet. That's how brand new and shiny this is going to be.
So it's actually not quite new yet, and it's not shiny at all because it doesn't exist. Anyway.
Sometimes you just can't see anything, right? But in order, let's try and get back on track here.
But please.
In order to be in with a chance of winning this not quite brand new and not quite shiny Social Calls of the Bats in Britain and Ireland book, I even know what the question is. The question is, on the Pelagic website, what is going to be the recommended retail price for this book?
I wonder what that might be.
Hey? What are you doing?
That wasn't me.
Really?
But that wasn't me. I did that by itself.
Okay, so there might be a little clue there, folks. As always, emails to me by the 20th of next month, which is June, to be in for the chance of winning the almost brand new and almost shiny social calls of the Bats of Britain and Ireland.
Yeah, I just hope it's any good. I just hope it's any good. That's all.
But anyway, enough of that. We're going to get into why people are really, really here.
Caroline's saying she's scared to enter.
Be afraid, be very afraid.
Caroline, anybody that's a member of BatAbility Club can enter as often as they can only enter each prize draw once, okay, but imagine if Caroline won next month as well.
I think there'd be a steward's inquiry.
I think there'd be quite a lot of stewards.
So,
yeah.
Can you press a button? Because I'm
sorry.
pressing a button and
right,
it's not
here we
happening.
go. Is this us getting to the...
We're getting to the super duper numero uno prizes.
Well, there's actually two.
Yeah, well, I said prizes.
Oh, okay, that's fine. It was the numero uno.
Yeah, the big ones.
The big ones, okay, right, yeah.
So, as you know, we've been banging on for the last couple of months about the new BatLogger M2 and S2 and how very kindly ELEKON sent us one of each of these models to review and then to give away, which is just fabulous.
In the hope that we wouldn't break them before we got to that stage.
And you'd be pleased to hear we haven't.
If you're watching now, Al, I don't know if Al's watching live, but Al Milano, if you're watching, both machines have come back. They've both been tested, and they're working brilliantly. Okay, they've been tested over the last couple of nights, and I'm actually keeping the files that were the test files on these machines on the machines as verification that they were working, and they're not now going to get used again, okay, until they go wherever they're going.
Excellent.
Okay, right.
So what we're going to start with?
Let's start with the little one first. Yeah.
Okay, the S2, the BatLogger S2. So
no, sorry, I thought I was supposed to shape.
Yeah, well, I'm getting it ready. It's exciting, you see.
Remember we did this in a recorded webinar once, right?
Yes.
And all the names fell out.
Try not to do that, please, not when it's live.
Right, so I'm going to hold it up high so you can't look in the pot. All right, this is for the S2.
The S2.
Now, you're absolutely certain this is the S2 pot, Aileen?
Yes, this is the S2 pot. Look, that said S. Ooh.
Okay, S2.
S2
okay, that's cool.
somewhere.
That's cool.
Right.
And you've only taken one name.
I've only taken one name.
Right, okay.
Nothing
right,
up my
get rid of
sleeves.
this so it doesn't go anywhere else. This is
Angus W.
wow. I'm just astonished it's not Caroline H. I don't even know if she's in it. Angus W. Wow. This will be bringing itself to you within the next couple of weeks. Okay, so as soon as we get this back to the United Kingdom, we will be Caroline's saying the afternoon is young.
Yeah. We'll drop you an email, Angus, just to let you know and ask for your address and stuff for it to be sent to.
Yeah. And all we want in return is just some chocolate.
No chocolate. We all know about chocolate and you're not allowed any. Okay, so what's the next one then?
The next one,
the big gun.
This, I've got to be honest, right? I have used this as a handheld over the last couple. The camera's backwards.
Hold it still.
Keep it there. Okay. I've used this as a handheld over the last couple of nights properly. Previous time I used it was in March when there wasn't much bats about. And I'm liking this. I am really liking this, to be honest. In fact, I'm kind of thinking we shouldn't give it away.
Let's not even go there.
Okay, we're going to have to give it away.
We've had this conversation.
We're going to have to give it away. Okay.
It gets given away. So, for the M2, different
so
cup.
I'm giving it.
Right,
so am I right in saying more people entered the M2 draw?
They did.
And I'm saying that because I'm feeling there are more tabs in here than there was, giving it a really good shake. I mean, this is like, I think between these two prizes, this is like the equivalent of in excess of £2,000 worth of prizes. That
seriously?
Yeah, seriously, it's a lot.
I didn't think it was that much.
No, it's all. So please don't just take the one at the top. Dig deep.
I am
Aileen.
digging. Look, digging.
Right, you've just got one.
Just one.
I'm
Again,
putting this away.
nothing up the sleeves.
Yeah, I'm
Just
putting this
one.
away somewhere.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Right. Who's that?
Nick I.
Hold it closer. Nick I.
Nick
Okay.
I. We know who you are.
Okay, you know.
We don't know where you live yet, so we can't send it. But again, we'll drop you an email looking for your address, please, and we'll get that posted off as soon as we're back
Excellent.
in the UK.
Wow. So the pressure is off. We've actually done the draw.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, we've actually done the draw. Nothing bad happened. Oh man.
Congratulations to everybody who has had prizes this month. I can't say they'll be quite as...
Be careful. I don't know what you're going to say here. Talking to. We are recording you.
So obviously we won't be giving away quite as much next month, but you never know what turns up, do you?
You never know what's in the BatAbility Club cupboard.
You don't. Even I don't.
No, yeah.
But you don't know, because ELEKON, that was a total out of the blue thing that ELEKON sent us then. So yeah. And
in the past we've had stuff like discounts off Peterson Bat Sound stuff and all this kind of stuff. So as I say, we keep looking out for these things, folks, and it's nice when it happens, but yeah, it's special when it happens as well. If this was happening all of the time, it would maybe get a bit too much, I suppose. My stress levels would be, we'd have to do the monthly live every month, and I just don't think I could cope with that. I'm astonished we've actually got this far, and I don't actually feel as if we need to edit anything.
There's time yet.
Yeah, there's still time. Yeah. So what have we got to do now?
Well, I think that as normal, we just want to say thanks to everybody. First of all, for tuning in live. Secondly, for watching it and listening to it as a recorded version, if that's what you choose to do. And as always, to all of you guys for being BatAbility Club members, because without being members, we wouldn't be producing the content for you guys and to keep us going. So thanks for your continued support, and to everybody who has entered for the prize draws and who will hopefully continue entering and supporting us as we move forward.
Yeah, and I've just realised, right, that Caroline said the afternoon was young, and she was hopefully thinking, but she didn't even enter the prize draw in the first place, did she?
No, she did.
Oh,
I daren't enter. So this was for the
that's the previous thing. Okay,
yeah.
Right, Caroline. Yeah.
He doesn't have his glasses on. Not that it makes much difference, but.
Okay, are you ready to say goodbye? And we'll stop the recording. Yeah.
Bye, folks.